Baseball star Mickey Lolick passed away February 4th, 2026, at a care facility in Sterling Heights, Michigan, at age 85. A dominant left-handed pitcher for the Detroit Tigers throughout the 1960s and 70s, he was a three-time All-Star who set a strikeout record for lefties. Lolick is forever remembered for his heroic performance in the 1968 World Series, where he pitched 3 complete games to lead the Tigers past the St. Louis Cardinals and earned World Series MVP honors. Hot rodding legend Ed Iskandarian died February 4th, 2026, in Los Angeles at 104. A pioneer of speed culture, he began racing on California's dry lake beds in the 1930s and later built a legendary career designing aftermarket performance parts. Known as the Cam Father for his revolutionary camshaft designs, he was a Motorsports Hall of Fame member and a World War II U.S. Army Air Forces veteran. Hall of Fame quarterback Sonny Jurgensen died February 6, 2026, in Naples, Florida, at 91. A star for both the Philadelphia Eagles and Washington Redskins, he is regarded as one of the NFL's greatest passers. After retiring, he spent decades as a beloved broadcaster covering Washington football on radio and television. Singer-songwriter Brad Arnold died February 7, 2026, at 47 after battling kidney cancer. As lead vocalist of Three Doors Down, he wrote the hit Kryptonite at just 15 and co-wrote fan favorites like Here Without You and When I'm Gone. He was also known for openly sharing his Christian faith with fans. Musician Greg Brown died February 7, 2026, after a short illness. As founding guitarist for Cake, he played on the band's first 2 albums, including the double platinum Fashion Nugget. He wrote the 1996 hit The Distance and contributed to songs like Jolene and Rock and Roll Lifestyle. Bassist Fred Smith died February 5, 2026, at 77. A member of influential punk band Television, he played on the landmark album Marquee Moon and was praised for his melodic bass lines that shaped the band's stripped-down sound. Baseball speedster Terrence Gore died February 6, 2026, at 34 due to surgical complications. Playing for the Kansas City Royals, Los Angeles Dodgers, and Atlanta Braves, he won a World Series with each team and became famous as an elite pinch runner known for stolen bases and clutch runs. Cornerback Barry Wilburn died February 6, 2026, in Memphis, Tennessee, at 62 following a house fire. A Washington Redskins star in the 1980s, his 2 interceptions helped secure victory in Super Bowl 22. He also excelled in the Canadian Football League, winning a Grey Cup with the BC Lions. Coach Ray Hanley died February 5, 2026, at 81. He served as head coach of the New York Giants in the early 1990s after their Super Bowl 25 win and was also remembered for his earlier success as the team's offensive backfield coach. Defensive end Tracy Scroggins died February 9, 2026, at 56. Spending his entire 10-year career with the Detroit Lions, he recorded 60.5 sacks, one of the highest totals in franchise history, and was widely respected as both a player and person. Renowned clown teacher Philippe Gallier died February 9, 2026, at 82 from a lung infection. He trained generations of performers and mentored stars such as Sacha Baron Cohen, Emma Thompson, and Helena Bonham Carter. Drummer Andrew Rankin died February 10, 2026, at 72. A longtime member of the Pogues, he played on classic albums including Rum's Sodomy and The Lash, and If I Should Fall from Grace with God, earning the nickname The Clobber. Actor James Van Der Beek died February 11, 2026, at 48 after battling colorectal cancer. He became a defining face of millennial television as Dawson Leary on Dawson's Creek, and also appeared in films like Varsity Blues and comedies such as Don't Trust the Bee and Apartment 23. Actor Bud Cort died February 11, 2026, in Connecticut at 77 due to pneumonia complications. He was best known for starring as Harold in the cult classic Harold and Maude and appeared in films including MASH*, Brewster McCloud, The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou, and Dogma. Child star and diplomat Shirley Temple died 12 years ago this week at 85. By age 6, she had become Hollywood's biggest star, beloved for her curls, charm, and songs like On the Good Ship Lollipop. Singer-actress Whitney Houston died 14 years ago this week at 48. She achieved 7 consecutive Billboard Hot 100 #1 singles, and her version of I Will Always Love You remains the best-selling single by a female artist. Author Peter Benchley died 20 years ago this week at 65. He wrote the best-selling novel Jaws and co-wrote its blockbuster film adaptation, along with novels such as The Deep and Beast. Actor Sal Mineo died 50 years ago this week at 37. Oscar-nominated at 17 for Rebel Without a Cause, he later starred in Giant, Exodus, and Escape from the Planet of the Apes. Actor Burt Reynolds, born 90 years ago this week, became one of the biggest stars of the 1970s and 80s with films like Smokey and the Bandit, The Longest Yard, and A Cannonball Run. Actor Leslie Nielsen, born 100 years ago this week, transitioned from dramatic roles to become the deadpan comedy legend of Airplane and the Naked Gun series.